Welcome to a series of podcasts from Uprime. These are podcasts that will be public domain in the public interest. So what do we have today?
How can we improve the skills in rural area people?
The answer is pretty straightforward. I think there aren't enough infrastructure facilities in rural areas, as a result of which the allocation of funds that is given to appoint teachers is not sufficient. And also, even if you have all the funds in the world, it's highly disincentivizing for somebody who's graduating at the top of their class to go back to a village and teach to a bunch of people. So there should be incentives that will allow people to go back to villages and teach for a semester or two. So I think that's one of the ways by which you can do it. I mean, infrastructure funds and ability for people to connect with people in rural areas, all that is great, but at the end of the day, if you don't set up the actual incentive for people to go, people won't go. It's just a behavioral trait. So as long as that is there, it's a huge roadblock. So I would say incentive and more infrastructure support from government.
How can we improve the facilities in rural education system?
So I would say, like, in this day and age in 2017, it's much easier. I'm not saying it's easy per se, but what I'm saying is it's easier comparatively to what it was 5 to 10 years ago because of the availability of online content, which is pretty much free on various media outlets like YouTube. So if you have access to a computer and if you have access to an internet connection, you pretty much can learn anything you want by yourself. So I would say if you're 17 or 18 and if you cannot afford to pay for college, just drop out, do a bunch of MOOCs, get a job at the age of 18 and learn on the job. It's totally okay because colleges are going to have a hard task in front of them to make up for the quality that is lacking right now. No college in India would come even close to the Ivy League colleges. That's because of the quality of education that's out there. And since all these Ivy League colleges are putting out content online, it kind of forces people to get up to speed what these Ivy League colleges are teaching. So everything is given out for free. So the only thing that happens in class is some sort of facilitation and a peer group interaction. So if you can simulate a peer group interaction online, you pretty much have college at your fingertips. So I would say if you want to improve skills, have access to internet connection and have a PC, and you're pretty much good to go.
Are rural area people getting sufficient funds from government?
Considering the size of India's rural population, no amount of infrastructure spending is enough. There's nothing called sufficient funds. All funds are insufficient by definition. So what we have to put emphasis on is whether the funds that are allocated appropriately, that they're making the required returns in terms of value addition that it is bound to create. Not return on actual assets, but return on actual value that is supposed to be occurring in that region. If it is not occurring, then we should take a careful look at it and set up incentive structure that works. Yeah, that's a wrap from us today. Thanks for listening to us. Do come back and listen to us again. Thank you.